Hello, it's Layefa. How are you? This is a part 2 of Layefa Lays It Bare. It might be a mini series of me just undoing my hair. You know, sometimes we just want to sit, we just want to chat. I really like listening to podcasts or watching my favorite YouTubers when I'm like putting on my makeup, getting dressed, or undoing my hair or whatever it is. So this is the whole purpose of this. As you can see from the look, I'm not even halfway. We've been chatting. All of this to take out. I get asked so much, where are you from? I'm from London, okay? I'm British. I know that's not really what you want to hear from me. I am from a country in Africa called Nigeria. And it's very evident by my name that I am Nigerian. But I understand that my accent does throw people off. I'm going to talk properly now. I've done loads of videos about this. I have a black girl tag. If you watch my vlogs or my Life by Layefa videos, it's revealed that yes, I am Nigerian, and I'm saying it again and again and again, so that one day if you ask me where am I from, I am going to refer you to this video. I've done collaborations with 2 Nigerian mothers. I'll leave that link in the description box also, but that's not really what you're asking me. I get asked a lot what part of Nigeria I'm from, because my name doesn't sound Nigerian. And I think when people say that, what they're actually saying is I don't have like an obvious name. Like my name's not Shola, my name's not Bola, my name's not Femi, my name's not Tunde. And whilst these are all very beautiful names, and I think as well people make the assumption that because of my British accent that I'm lost. No, I know where I'm from. it's just not really a big deal. It seems very irrelevant. DMs, private messaging, emailing me on my professional email address, not about sponsorships or collaborations, but where I'm from and what is my full name. I think you have gone too far. Take a seat. Like, are you immigration? Is this the embassy? Why are you asking me all of these questions? Like, what's your beef? I am from the same place that Good Luck Jonathan is from. I am from the same place that Burna Boy is from. I am from the same place that the first Miss Nigeria who won Miss World. If you do know any other Ijo celebrities that are international, not just like local, comment below. I am Izo. I am an Ijo girl. Okay, you could write it in the blogs, write it in the vlogs, tell your cousin, your auntie, your nephew, your brother, your sister, and then tell them to subscribe, because it will help me. Okay, born and raised in London, never lived in Nigeria in my life. Never, obviously I've been there, but never lived there. So hence the accent. Hence, yes, I have anglicized my name. I am very aware of that. Unless I suppose you are one of my people, then you would know how to pronounce my name. My name is anglicized, but it's fine. It's fine. It's still the same spelling. It's still the same meaning, Jared. Don't worry about it. Don't mind me, Jared. If that has, I want to say, quenched your curiosity, is that the right term? I don't know, Jared. Brothers and sisters. I think if you are from my parts or have lived around my parts, then you would know that I am, just from my name alone. And I'm saying this because I feel like people go too far. I've had people message me, ask me what my full name is. They've asked me what clan I am from. That one, you've gone too far. Come on, easy. Are you trying to find out if we're related or not? And yes, I do know what clan I'm from, but I don't think it's relevant. Hello, gorgeous. Is that for me? Oh, thank you, baby. My little baby's coming to say hello. To go as far to ask somebody what clan they're from, like when people ask me these questions, it shows how tribalistic we all still are. Look, I'm not gonna lie, when I meet another Ijo person like in London or on the streets, I get very excited. I get gassed, and sometimes you lot go too far. You think we went to the same school. Well, unless you grew up in London and grew up in East London, then there's no way on this earth. Yeah, that's just what it is. And for everyone else who's thinking, what the hell am I talking about? Like, how is this even like relevant? I get asked a lot, privately. People will DM me, send me Facebook messages. We are the 4th largest tribe in Nigeria, facts, it's facts, yes, we can argue about it. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, can we talk about something else? I don't know if I really want to address it, but like talk about tribalism and racism and how they can almost be, how they're like intertwined and almost the same thing. Like, we as a black community, we talk about racism, systematic racism, how insidious it is in the UK. In the UK, it's like in between the lines. You have to read in between the lines. If you know culture, if you know the English language and how it's used in England, then you understand how insidious it could be. We talk about these things, and we talk about oppression and how we're oppressed and all these things because we are the oppressed community. But then when we go back home to our countries, we exercise tribalism or practice tribalism. And some of you might argue, no, you don't, but you do. You really, really do. And the reason why you may not feel it is because when you go back home, you are from a community that is the privileged community, the more exposed, the community that tends to be on the top. And I'm addressing like say cultures or tribes. In some ways I feel like maybe I am a little bit tribalistic just because of, I suppose, my upbringing. Even though I am from the UK and I did not grow up back home, and I have no experience of back home lifestyle, like only from stories and I suppose online, and literally reading books and the politics and all that kind of stuff, but I don't actually have any first-hand experience of how it is. But from my understanding, my little understanding is that in some ways tribalism is just like racism. When you're from the oppressed community, the community that is disadvantaged, you still face those same issues that you would maybe in the UK, but the only difference here is that you're all the same colour. Don't marry that one because those people are no good, or or don't let that one in because those people are silly, or those people are not educated, or these people this and then even in terms of politics, when a new politician comes into power, he brings like everybody from his tribe along with him, or him or her. And I'll say him because there've been no hers in Nigeria just yet. And like they'll better their own communities first. Which is like, yeah, like you should, charity starts at home. Yes, you should help your own, but then also help others. Bring up the poverty line a little bit. It's the same thing as racism. It's just that, we're all one colour. And I feel like my people in particular might face a lot of discrimination because of maybe some of the things they do, but more so what they do is out of protest. And I'm talking in particular about like bursting oil pipes and all those kind of things because, of how the politics works over there and whatever. My understanding is, it's radical and it is like, it is vandalism or, making it difficult for the economy. But at the same time, I see it also as a form of protest. They're protesting because they're not happy with their current state, and because they are a smaller community. In ways they feel like, this is the only way we can get our voices heard. I get asked a lot, when am I going to Nigeria? When are you going? When are you coming? A lot of the things that I hear is that, like, especially from people that are from Nigeria, live there, they're like, it's not as bad as it seems. I agree with that. It isn't. But at the same time, I'm like, I also understand that people are suffering and smiling. Because people are suffering and smiling, they have become used to a certain state of life. When you come from somewhere where certain things work, like certain systems work, I'm not saying that it's perfect, far from it. Like, just as much as there is corruption in Nigeria, best believe there is corruption in the UK. In fact, if you don't know, UK, they are number one. I want to say but, because there is a but then I'm almost like, should I say but? Should there be a but? I think what I am saying is that when you're used to a certain lifestyle, a certain way of living, it takes a lot to adjust, and you have to want to adjust. You have to be okay with adjusting. I can only go off what I've heard, what I've read, what I've seen, what I've been told from other people who have lived that lifestyle firsthand. And from that, I've made my own, now that I have my own children, it has become even more important to want to visit, because they have an idea in their head of what it's like, and this idea they have is the Western idea of what it is like, and it's not necessarily true. So it's important that they see and they get exposed and they experience, so they can say, oh my gosh, I thought it was like this, but oh my gosh, no, it's actually like that. And I think with current events like the Year of the Return, Afro Nation, Coachella, Nigeria, and also Ghana, it's been like a spot to want to visit as, you know, somebody who lives in the diaspora, to want to visit and really I'm so sorry that I'm talking to you and I've not been looking you in the eye. Want to visit and enjoy, you know, as not just as a returnee but as a tourist, and just enjoy the culture, enjoy the food, enjoy the hospitality. Like, you know, it's been said that Nigerians are the happiest people in the world, and I don't think they mean Nigerians from the diaspora. I think they mean Nigerians. Social media really sold enjoyment. People are really living large. I wouldn't mind. It sounds very exciting. I think this year's Afro Nation is going to be in Portugal. I'm not sure how that works now with Brexit. Like, do we all need to apply for a visa? The Year of the Return, lots of celebrities went back home feeling reconnected with their roots. I think it would be a good experience for me because, like them, I'm just like them. Like, I think my children and myself have, in some ways right now, I mean, I could speak for their, in some ways our upbringing is very similar in terms of the schooling and the environment that we've grown up in. It's the same environment, whereas their dad has a very different experience because he didn't grow up here, so, and he didn't go to school here, so he has this really rich culture and experience that I can't share with them. And I'm really happy that they have a good mix, like a parent like myself who has a very similar upbringing to them, and then a parent who has a very different experience. And here's the baby there. Did you see the baby? I remember feeling very particular. I got to a point in my life that I knew that if I settle down with somebody, I want them to be a Nigerian, because I am, obviously my parents are Nigerian, and me not having that richness in culture, because I have a very much British mentality in some ways, a British Nigerian mentality, if that makes sense, and wanting somebody who can bring forth that richness so that I can learn and our children can learn. That was very important to me, and I'm not knocking for anybody who doesn't, because you know what, love is love. You can't, you know what I mean, you can choose who you love, but you can't choose who you love. Love is love, and as long as you make it work, and it's about what is important to you. You might feel like you want something completely different from your culture, so you marry outside, you know, you settle down outside of your culture because you want, you know, you want that you want your richness and their richness, so it would just be, you know, very different. But for me, I felt like, no, I wanted to feel more connected to home. Yeah, it comes with its perks, and it also has taught me a lot about the culture, and it's taught me a lot about misogyny, about oh my gosh, what would it be like if I lived in Nigeria, if I grew up in Nigeria? How would I cope? How would I deal with things? Because, be honest with you, since I've been married, that's when I became a feminist. Like, that's when I knew, oh my goodness, I'm a feminist. And I didn't know that I was a feminist because I never necessarily felt oppressed, or at least not directly. But I think certain traditions and cultures have made me question, hang on, that's not right. And I'm like, no, this needs to be questioned. This needs to be tackled. That's not right. That's not fair. You've learned a bit about me today, about where I'm from, my thoughts and beliefs, who I'm married to. My battery is low, so I'm going to I might have to save the rest for another video while I charge up my camera. Come to you, so thank you so much for watching. Comment below, subscribe if you haven't done already. What I want to say, I have a song out, listen to that. I'll leave it in the I'll leave it in the eye or the description box so you could have a listen to that, listen to my music. And there is a video before this where I'm laying it bare that you could watch if you haven't watched it already. Just, you know, watch the whole playlist. Camera needs charging. See you in a bit. Until my next video, think smart, work hard, make it happen. Bye.